According to what the girl had said, the courier brought me a mobile phone and I took it. I set a monthly payment of 10 million for that account. With the first payment, and even though I wasn't very optimistic about the future, after receiving the payment slip that didn't even include my name, I felt a strange sense of peace. Armin also agreed to buy a new phone and line. Although he believed that this behavior and Mahan's talk about the necklace and the letter and my running away from home were more of a bluff and a test to scare me, and that nothing special would happen if I didn't lose myself and learned and remembered the rules of the game well. There was both encouragement and threat in his words. That my stupidity or actions would cause him to forcefully hurt me. The family was together again. Jan's mother no longer had the same pride and dignity as before and was broken. Mahmoud hadn't brought Hadith. Mary and Yusuf, Mahan's older sister and sister-in-law, hadn't come either. The people present were Narges, Armin's mother, Mayan, Mona, and myself. I didn't like being in that crowd very much, but because of Mahan's words, I was there in the empire of troubles. So, after spending some time with them and visiting Bulbul in the kitchen and commenting on the cooking and the sloppiness she was making while preparing food, I went to the room whose veranda opened onto the large and glorious garden of the villa and stared at it. I was still haunted by my past and my lack of possessions. The relatively cold weather at night had drawn me in a little. Mona came to my side. "I'm not a bother." "No. What are you talking about? My complexion has returned and I'm better than I was a few days ago." "Yes, I have to keep myself upright and strong. If my mother sees that I've lost and broken, she'll break down and get worse. It's very difficult, and now Mayan is under pressure to take the gold of the army. Didn't your mother say anything? Agree or disagree?" Mona looked at the garden. "We don't care about her opinion. Even if she wants to stay, we can't continue like this. It wasn't the first time and it won't be the last. Is there no way left?" "No, no way. I'm just worried about Mayan. She looks strong but is fragile inside. She worships my father. The first time she realized what she did, her back broke and she hated betrayal." Betrayal. The biography of my life and a secret that would burn everything if it were revealed. Mona continued, "Be very careful with Mayan. Love her as much as you can. Don't pay attention to her impatience and some of her behaviors. There's a commotion in her heart. If this news leaked out, it would be a huge scandal. We would be on the headlines of newspapers and news sites. We would all be hurt in every way. Of course, if this happened, we would all be involved in it. But I had a glimmer of hope. And that was the observer." Mona said, "I broke up with the boy." "Don't ask anything." He asked. I said I thought a lot and I saw that our class gap would cause trouble in the future, you know. Money doesn't matter to me, but I had to do something to make it go away. In her tone, there was a kind of fear of being judged, and by me. She had earned her position because of her father's wealth and the fact that she could not want a boy, because she considered herself penniless. I saw happiness in marriage and she in remaining single. She wouldn't have gotten here if it weren't for her father's money, and I wouldn't have gotten here if it weren't for Mayan and that offer from Armin. This scandal, with all the hell it could bring before my eyes, could have been a trump card for the time when I was drowning and struggling, and Mayan and Armin, each for their own reasons, wanted to destroy me. This scandal is so great that it would drown them away from me and before me, and I could have grabbed a branch or a hand that was reaching out to me from the observer and pulled myself out.